What's going on, squad? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money Online Training Podcast. It's your boy B Mark, and in today's episode, I'm joined by my clients for another episode of Podchats. This is a coaching call we host inside of my coaching container for coaches that are making anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 a month, where I'm going to be able to give them advice on where they're specifically struggling in their fitness business and help them break through to the next level. Without further ado, let's get our first guest up, Miss Marilyn Molina. How are you? Tell me some wins.
Hi, Brian. My win for this week has been I closed somebody yesterday, and then I have a call booked for Friday. So I'm booking calls, which is super exciting. And congrats on being a dad, by the way.
Thank you. I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. So I wanted to ask you just a quick question about PIP. So I've just been doing recurring because I love like the month to month. And now I'm at a place where I have like a solid recurring base and I've never really sold PIP. So how do you pitch that on a sales call?
So I just want to make sure that, so you're basically asking how do you present your paid in
Yeah,
full option so you get more paid in fulls?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is basically people are going to buy whatever you put in front of them. So if you tell them that the month to month plan is, $350 a month and that's what you put in front of them, that's what they're going to buy. If you tell them that the paid in full plan is $1,200 for 16 weeks, then that's when they're going to buy. So if you want to sell more paid in fulls, when you price present your offer, this is how I do it. So I'd be like, if you were to hire an in-person coach, Marilyn, and it will cost you about 3 grand for 16 weeks, my training, nutrition, and accountability program, all for 16 weeks, is only going to be 1,200. How does that sound?
Okay. So you don't go through the month to month. You just go straight to the like basically painful.
Yep. If your goal is to sell paid in full, just present the paid in full. And then,
And then once if they start to be a little hesitant on that, then that's when I can present the payment plans.
yeah, let's role play. Like me and you can role play right now.
Okay.
Okay, so Marilyn, everything we talked about, the training, nutrition, and accountability is going to be 1,200 for 16 weeks.
Oh, 1,200. I don't think I have that right now.
Okay. What do you mean by that specifically?
I don't think I can like put down $1,200 at the moment. I don't have that in my savings.
Okay. I appreciate you for being honest with me, Marilyn. So like finances to the side for the second, does the program sound like everything you're looking for?
Yes, everything is fine. It's just I don't have the finances to put $1,200 right now.
Okay. So it's you've seen the testimonials, everything you've talked about on the call sounds good. Everything sounds amazing. It's just about making the finances work. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, Marilyn, typically speaking, the reason that we do as a paid in full option is because we find that the clients in pay in full are more committed. So I may be able to work something out with you. I just want to be transparent because if I do get you in on a deal, I wouldn't want you to just come in and not be as committed as the clients in paid in full. So if I did get you in on some sort of deal, could I get your commitment that you're going to like execute and do everything you can possibly do to lose the 20 pounds so that we can get amazing results? Because I obviously want you to get the best possible results. So like if I got you in on a deal, could I get your commitment that you're going to go all in?
Yes, I'll be all in.
Okay. So what if we did, instead of doing the whole $1,200 up front, what if we did 600 now and then 600 in 4 weeks from now? That gives you time to get into the program, start seeing some amazing results without emptying the bank account. And I'm confident that in 4 weeks, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize that you're down 5 pounds, you're going to be happy you pulled the trigger. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay, let's do that. Is that a
Okay,
yes or is that a hell yes?
that's a hell yes.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, perfect. Okay, I like that. So not even going into the month to month, but splitting that PIF into maybe half.
And then the last resort is like, okay, like, you know what, Marilyn, I really don't want finances to be the reason that we don't move forward today. And I'm 100% confident that I can help you. So I am going to do something for you that I don't typically do for most people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you in on a monthly plan. So that way you're not going to have to pay the full upfront. It's just going to be $325 a month. We can get you started today. And I know you're going to be a committed client. So I know I don't got to worry about that with you. And we can just do $325 a month. Does that make it more reasonable for you?
Yeah, that's more into my budget.
Okay, let's do it. Boom.
So at the beginning you said if you go into an in-person trainer, it'll be about 3,500, but for 16 weeks it would only be $1,200 with me. How does that sound?
Yep.
That's how you said it, right?
Yep.
Okay. And now this is just another like maybe it might be a dumb question, but like okay, so like how do I know like how much I have on like month to month? To know that on Stripe.
You would just do, how many clients do you have?
I have about 45.
45. So I would just like, that's a great question. At this level, I think it's very wise for all of you guys to have a Google sheet that has every single one of your clients and like their first name, last name, their payment amount, their start date, and their end date. I think that's very wise for us to get going at this level because we're getting to the level because like you asked that question, like, how would I know? And I'm like, you have a Google sheet, but I'm like, we haven't talked about that. So 10K Mastermind, I'm going to give you guys some homework. Okay. Create a Google sheet and you're going to have first name, last name of the client, their start date when they started, their end date when their program's up, and their payment amount. So it's like 325 monthly, then bam, just do 325 monthly. If they paid in full 900, they paid in full 900. That way it's going to be easier for you guys to track who's on monthly, who's on recurring. And you'll also know when your clients are expiring, and you can like Google Sheets will allow you to like sort based on like when the client is up for renewal and blah blah blah.
That would be like, I think that would solve so many problems because one thing that I know I need to work on is just my renewals because it'll be like, I'm like trying to catch up with everything. It's like, oh my gosh, this person, this
Yeah.
other, you know.
I'm a very simple person. You can literally do it all in Google Sheets. It'll take you like an hour or two to track down all the
Yeah,
data for that, but then it's done.
yeah, exactly. Okay. Thank you. That's super smart. I'll do that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I hope you have a great day. Good to see you.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Lucy Hill, what's going on? Tell me some wins. Lucy.
I'm here. I'm struggling with Zoom for some reason. I'm super pumped to hop on here because I launched a free 14-day challenge on Monday and I've already got 20 people who have reached out with the keyword. So that's pretty fucking awesome considering I feel like I've been very much slacking with nurturing my community and providing value, and it's cool to see that people are interested.
Love that.
My question, like I did a $500 credit towards any of my online programs. Is that only towards a PIF?
So if they did the $500 credit, it would not only be towards a like the way that I would do it is I would apply the credit toward like typically speaking, yes, it's toward the PIF. If they needed to do the monthly option, then I would take the amount off per month. So
Okay,
it wouldn't be
cool.
like you get your first month free because
Yeah,
then you're just going to get people in that can't afford your program. Then month two, they drop off. It would be, yes, I'll still give you the credit and we can apply it to each month's installment. So instead of 325 a month, it will be, 225 a month or whatever.
cool. Now my next question is a couple of months ago, like I hit my first 10K month, everything was going really good. I was feeling really good. I increased my pricing, I increased to a 6-month PIF, everything was good. And then the last couple of months have been pretty shit. And so now I'm feeling pretty insecure with like price pitching with a new influx of people that I feel like I'm going to be dealing with this money objection, and I have more like insecurity around pitching my price now, and I'm not sure how to go about that of whether I should be adjusting my price or really just focusing on mindset. I don't know.
Yeah. So do you feel insecurity in your pitch because you don't feel like your program's worth that amount? Or do you feel insecurity in your pitch because you haven't been talking to as many people on sales calls?
Definitely because I haven't been talking to as many people on sales calls, and my biggest concern is dealing with people who can't afford the program that could afford a cheaper price, and I really need to make sales right now like it's do or die. So
Okay.
I'm not really sure how to go about it.
Okay. So there's a couple ways to go about it. First things first, regardless of what the issue is in terms of like if it's insecurity or insecurity about like your sales skills or the program, 100% the answer is like booking role plays like on a daily basis with somebody in the community to
Yep,
practice your
I
sales.
am booked with someone every day.
So that's good. And then every role play, you're telling them to give you the money objection, every single one, and you're just drilling, overcoming it over and over and over again. So that's the first thing. Second
Okay.
thing is if you feel like you're in a place where you like it's more important for you to get a higher conversion amount and it's less
hmm
important to you to get like if you want to get more people and you don't really care about people saying, you don't really care about the current price point that you're at, like you could go back to your regular prices just for the meantime until you get your income back to a place where you'd want it to be. I'm not opposed to that. A lot of people will be like, never decrease your prices. But if you are like, I would actually rather sign more clients at the rate that I know I'm 100% confident in signing them, then I'm going to tell you to sign clients at that rate.
Okay. I mean, like there is still the $500 credit, so my plan was to just reach out to everyone and say that they've won, they're getting $500 credit, and then that would put me back to my original price.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that would work out. But I mean, with just like new leads that aren't a part of the challenge, I'm definitely struggling with pitching.
Yeah, I think that the main we have to identify what the number one goal is. The number one goal is to get your income up. And if you don't feel as confident at pitching the new price, then you shouldn't pitch the new price right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank
Because
you. I
like the number
appreciate
one
it.
thing that you want to do, Lucy, when you're increasing your prices is you need to feel confident pitching it. And if you're not confident pitching it, then don't pitch it.
Yeah. Cool. I will practice that skill and hopefully the challenge goes really well and we crush new sales.
It will go well.
I love it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Talk soon. Peace. Elliot Allen, what's going on, brother? Tell me some wins.
What's up, B Mark? Highest month so far with online, at 6.6K. So that's pretty cool. Got like 7 calls, I think, booked through the weekend.
Wow.
And the biggest one obviously is making it up to the 10K mastermind. That's like it's super awesome to be here. And then the biggest win I would say is the organic stuff popping off over the last 4 months, really, between all three platforms. I think I've grown like almost 150,000 followers between the three
Wow.
in just a few months. So that's kind of where my question is coming from. I'm like overwhelmed with leads to the point to where I know we don't coach it, but I brought on a VA to help me with DMs, incoming DMs. I still work full time, so like taking on sales calls like within that 48 hours is becoming super difficult. So I'm like trying to figure out like I'm even half tempted to get somebody to help me with sales, but I know like that's not at all what we get taught here in this course. I'm just trying to figure out where the heck to go.
Definitely don't do that. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
advise you to do that if you were in the Millionaire Mastermind at this point. And the reason I wouldn't advise you to do that is like you are sitting on a fucking massive opportunity right now, Elliot. And like if you take this opportunity seriously, within the next 60 days, you could be doing $25,000 to $30,000 a month. Because it's
Yeah.
like when you get the influx like you're getting right now, 150,000 people. If we get even 0.1% of those people to take you up on your coaching offer, your business is doing $25,000 to $30,000 a month, and that's 0.01. If we get 1% of people to take you up on the coaching offer, we're fucking, you're one of my $100,000 a month students. So for that reason, I definitely would not hire a closer. So I just want to kill that thought altogether. Regardless of if you're in the end or not, I would not tell you to do that. And we need to think about like what's the next logical move that makes the most sense to help you grow your business to the next level. Because I believe that business is about solving the right problem at the right time. I'll tell you what the number one problem that you have in your business is right now. The number one problem that you have in your business right now is that you still have a full-time job. That's problem number one. And I know that you probably have already considered that and thinking that. And I don't even know if you love your full-time job and you want to stay there forever. But I will tell you this as your business coach that you having a full-time job right now is keeping you from hitting $25,000 to $30,000 a month. So where are we at with the job situation?
So I started taking every other Monday off so I could do all my batch content. I do 14 reels every other Monday. So I started doing that. Boss is super cool about it. Like we're pretty tight now. I recently told him like a week or two ago I probably have to start taking every Monday off so I can start doing checking stuff on Mondays and start putting more time into it. So like he knows I'm starting to back out a little bit. But as far as like swapping the income, I'm not there yet.
What's your income at your current job right now?
So basically I did the math with like overhead with all that shit. So I mean I think if I get recurring 10K, I'll be comfortable enough to swap.
Okay, so that's good. So the reason I'm asking these questions, Elliot, is it gives us a clearly defined goal. And I believe if we have a clearly defined goal, then we know what we're aiming after. So right now, your
Right.
clearly defined goal is getting your recurring income to $10,000 a month. That needs to be the primary focus that you have as a business owner. Within that clearly defined goal, we kill the idea of a closer because it's just not going to happen. And we just need to figure out how to optimize the team that we currently have. You did hire a VA, which again, I don't necessarily recommend. The only thing I'm going to say with the VA, Elliot, is that they need to be highly trained to be in the DMs as good as you are. And so you don't really have the extra time to train them as well. So what I would make sure that you do is just spend at least 20 minutes a day, Elliot, reviewing the conversations that he's having and giving him feedback on those conversations, whether that's in a Loom video or whether that's a screen recording on your phone. You absolutely must give him daily feedback so that he can improve. Because if he just goes day after day after day after day and you don't improve day after day after day after day, then he's just going to burn through all the leads that you're bringing into your audience. And I don't want that for you. I want to get you to $10,000 a month recurring. So those are the next basically 2 to 3 moves. I would say number one, I would set a deadline for when you are hoping to be full-time online. That's priority number one. And then at that deadline, the clearly defined goal that we need to get to is $10,000 a month. Then I would backtrack to figure out what our recurring is at right now. And then I would figure out how many new clients we need to sign in order to get to $10,000 a month. And then I would focus 100% of my energy and efforts on getting to that goal. That's going to include working on the weekends sometimes. It's going to include working on your nights sometimes. It's going to include all that stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming you have a significant other.
Yeah, 4 kids.
Yeah,
It's
significant
pretty
other and 4
crazy.
kids. Yeah, so like the conversation with the significant other is like this, like, babe, for the next 60 days, I'm going to be working a lot. And the reason I'm going to be working a lot is because I know for a fact that I can take this thing full time. And when I'm full time, that means I'm going to be able to be at home more with the kids. That means I'm going to be able to be at home like more and providing for us and also making more money. So like just letting you know for the next 30 to 60 days, I'm going to be working more. Doesn't mean I don't love you. It means that I'm about to like make this business, this dream, this reality happen. And when it does happen, we're going to celebrate by doing XYZ thing. I just want to communicate to you so that you know I'm going to be working more for the next 60 days.
Yeah, we're definitely at that point right now. We've had multiple conversations with that for sure. I do a lot of work like crazy early in the morning when I get most stuff done. So, and then a lot of usually like 2 nights a week, I'll try to book up some calls and kind of keep it segregated like that.
Yep.
So I'm trying to obviously organize all that stuff for sure.
What I'll say with you, Elliot, is stick to the fundamentals. Okay.
Yeah.
And when I say stick to the fundamentals, like when you've got an audience that's growing at the size that you're growing, the fundamentals are posting content, booking sales calls, closing deals. Don't get distracted with any other thing. Like for a guy like you don't need to be running a bunch of challenges. You don't need to be doing a bunch of stuff. A guy like
you said that.
a guy like you, bro, you need to be focusing on the fundamentals and booking sales calls from people that are in your DMs, getting on sales calls with people and closing deals. That's the only thing you should focus on.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you were going to say because everybody's talking about the challenges and
it's
and
like this is where it's
Black
like
Friday.
you gotta fucking you stay honed in, you stay focused. For Black Friday, you run a flash sale. That's it.
Okay. Where, and I can find that one in
I'll give it to you. It's fucking super simple. Ready? You make an Instagram story and you're like fucking flash sale for the next 24 hours, 25% off. You put a
okay.
countdown timer on your story. I'm looking for 5 men or women that want to burn 10 to 15 pounds in the next and I'm going to give you 25% off. DM me 25 offer info. That's it.
Cool. Got it.
Yeah. Cool. You got this, bro.
Thank you, dude. I
You're welcome.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's get to 10K. Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Gina Wells, what's going on? Tell me some wins.
Oh, I got a 6-month PIF today. I've got a renewal call booked this week and another that came in for a referral. So I'm pleased with that so far.
Love that.
Yeah. So my question comes around the 14-day challenge that I want to run that begins on November 17th.
Yep.
I have a photo shoot coming up next week, so I'm going to have some good professional photography for that. So I'm pumped for that. And I've been on a cut for a while, so I'm hoping all goes well with that.
Yeah.
So Janelle was saying do like $14, 14 days. And I haven't done that before. And then she mentioned doing a flash sale then on the Friday. So with charging people the $14 for the 14 days, like how do you collect payments? Like, do you do up a different sort of ad for that, or is there anything different that I need to know about that? Because I haven't done that before.
Yeah, it would be the exact same flow as a 14-day challenge, and then you would get them to fill out the application, and then you would like just send them like you could send them like a 2-minute video being like, yeah, we're doing $14 for 14 days, which is basically $1 a day. It's less than a Starbucks a day, and my goal in the next 14 days is that you burn 5 to 10 pounds. So you could do like a quick little Loom video about the 14-day challenge and why it's $14 for 14 days. And just so you understand, I'm going to give specific advice to Gina because she's asking this question. Not all of you guys need to do this because I know that everybody listening right now, they're like, but like I'm running a free 14-day challenge. You don't all need to do this. But if Janelle told you that piece of advice, there was a reason that she's doing it. For you, Gina, the psychology behind why you would charge $14 for 14 days is people are significantly more likely to take the second action after they've taken the first action. So if you get them in for $14, like it's a marketing psychology that it's like when somebody gives you $1, they're 7 times more likely to give you the second dollar. So that's why you would do $14 for 14 days. That's the psychology behind it. Again, not every single person on this coaching call should do this, but if Janelle gave you that specific advice, then I think that's a good idea.
Okay, that's great. With that, like, are you just collecting e-transfers? Is because you wouldn't do it like a payment link or like a Stripe payment link for
You could,
that.
well, I would say for like you would have to do like if for you could do e-transfers for people in Canada. What if you get somebody that signs up from the States though?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So like,
Okay.
yeah, if you want to do Canadian, you could do e-transfers and then you would have to have a payment link for somebody that's in the States.
Okay, that's great. And I guess just one more question, like if they're signing up for like $1 a day, are they less likely like to think the program is going to be cheap because it's $1 a day or?
Yeah, and I think that that's the communication behind even when you do the Loom video. And you're like, you might be thinking, why is this only $14 for 14 days? This is not about the money at all. Obviously, it's not about the money because I'm giving it to you for $14. What this is about for me is just a representation of your commitment to your own goals. Whether you're spending $1 or $1,000 by you being willing to invest in your fitness journey and you being willing to invest in yourself, you're showing yourself and me that this is something that you deeply care about and then you really want to lose 5 to 10 pounds.
Okay. And should I expect to have less applicants because of that? Because I normally fill like 20 to 27 people.
Yeah.
That's just historically what I've done.
Yeah, you will get less people if you do $14 for 14 days. So like here's the I'm going to give you both sides of the coin because I know that you're like, okay, I want to consider my options. Option number one, $14 for 14 days. You will get less applicants 100%, but the people that are in your challenge will be way more serious. Option number two, it's free 14-day challenge for 14 days. But with this option, what ends up happening is we get more people in the challenge. And some of those people, might be tire kickers, but also you just deal with more volume. So if you want to deal with a smaller amount of people, but more committed people, do $14 for 14 days. If you're interested in getting a higher volume of people so that you can warm more people up, then you do it for free.
Okay. I'm just wondering like the community engagement, because with a lot of people, I was, the community is quite popping in there. That was never an issue for me to lead that. But if I had a smaller group of people, I'm just not sure how that would pan out. So just different options to think about.
Yeah. Here's what I also say is like, you need to do what you feel like is best for you. Like if you run a 14-day challenge in the past and it was free and it fucking crushed, sweet. Do it for free. Yeah. If you're like, I actually want to get more committed people and I want to test a smaller group, sweet. Do it for $14 for 14 days.
Okay. No, I crushed them before. So I'm like, do I tinker with something that, was working really well? That's where I was.
Yeah. If it's worked really well for you in the past, and again, this is a good conversation because if it's worked really well for you in the past and it's worked, then you're just going to run the marketing campaign that has worked for you in the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you
cool.
so much.
Was that helpful?
Absolutely. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thanks for being my client, Gina. We'll talk to you soon. Peace. Courtney Murph, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you doing, Mrs. Content Creator?
Good, I'm doing great. That's actually my win is that I'm getting a lot faster at content, like now that I'm more aware, thank God. And I also just like don't overthink as much, so I'm like, cool.
I've
I
seen you
also,
posting more consistently and it seems more
yeah,
raw and organic, which is dope.
yeah, so that's what I'm, one of my questions is I noticed you're doing that as well in
Yep.
terms of like talking heads. So that was one of my questions is long term as well. Like, I want to do more content creation. And one of my long-term goals as well to do a TED Talk. So I really want to get better at speaking, doing talking heads. And I noticed that you're doing that more. So I'm
Yes.
like, okay, cool. What's your like thought process? And the thing is, I talk a lot on my stories about how fitness is mostly mindset anyways.
Yeah.
So I want to start to transition and do more of that content. I
Understood.
guess my question for you is like how often, and I don't know if you have advice on getting better at it.
Yeah. So how often I try to do a minimum of once a day, Courtney, the talking straight to the camera for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is I feel like right now social media is a bunch of everybody copying everybody. And so everybody's piece of content looks the exact same. And I just never want to be the guy that is doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. Like I want to have my own unique voice. So that's the main motivating reason behind it is like I just feel better about posting on social media when I'm actually talking about shit I care about. So that's why. And I try to do it once a day. In terms of the structure, it looks random, but it's really not. So like how I structure my content, Courtney, is first things first. Let's say I have a base level concept. So give me a base concept that you've talked about before.
Oh my God, base
It can be
concept.
anything. It can be anything.
I mean, even the one I did yesterday, I was like, if you want to get fit, go ask ChatGPT. Let's see if you actually fucking do it in 3 months. It's like most people aren't fit because they don't have the mindset. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if being fit was so easy, we'd all be fucking fit.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
So
feel
I
like
love
that's a
that.
big one.
So
Yeah.
here's what I try to do. Okay. So if I'm thinking like, so if you want to get fit, just go ask fucking ChatGPT. So like, and then the base level concept is like, we're not missing information. We're missing the fact that our mindset's off. Then, so like, that's the base level concept. That's my opening line. Then I'll try to tell a story. And the story can be throughout the video or it can be to start the video. And I want to tell a story that I know is going to relate to the type of person that I'm trying to attract. So is there a story that you can think of in your life where you had the right information, but your mindset was off? And as a result, you didn't get the result?
No, I just don't think I had the mindset at all. I wasn't evolved enough. Like,
What does that mean?
Well, I think in terms of like the mindset stuff, the only storytelling I really have, and I've done a post like that, actually did well. I was going to ask you about that, is like when I was more overweight, when I first actually started my business, I lost weight drastically. It was like my habits and stuff that had me there. But yeah, I guess that could be part of it, like what I was doing, what my coping skills were, if
Go
that's what you
deeper.
mean.
You can think about anything. So like I want you to think about like you can think
Well,
about
yeah, even you. Okay, perfect example.
okay.
I was so afraid to get on these fucking calls
Mm.
last year. I was like, oh my God, this is publicly recorded. Like, I'm so afraid. When I went to the first PT Dom event, I was a completely different person. I was so socially like anxious and like shy, and I'm not like that anymore. So that was
Yeah.
like, I had to do personal development to even get to this point.
Boom. Okay. So like if you want to get fit, just go ask ChatGPT. You can literally get a perfect meal plan and training plan from ChatGPT that will help you lose weight. But that's not why you're not losing weight. The first mentor that I ever hired, I literally joined his program and I had all of the right information in front of me. Everything was laid out with a step-by-step blueprint. But me as a person, I wasn't personally developed enough to a place where I could actually show up, implement the information, and ask the right questions to work on myself. It took me a full year of being in that mentorship program before I realized it wasn't the program, it was actually me and my mindset and the fact that I wasn't prepared and willing to show up for myself and do the work. And so I did the work. I did XYZ in myself. I did XYZ in myself. I did XYZ in myself. And it took me a full year, but now I'm back in that same program and I'm absolutely crushing it. The lesson here is very simple. Just because you have the right information in front of you doesn't mean that you're going to implement it. This isn't a problem with you not having the right strategy. This is a problem with you not showing up with the right mindset that you need in order to be successful.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So
Yeah.
I tell the concept, right? I tell the base level concept, and then I try to think about a story that I've had in my life that relates to that base level concept that my audience will connect with. And then I'll bring it back to the audience and I'll tell them what they should do.
Yeah.
So base level concept, story, and then bring it back to the audience. That's how I'm like running my talking heads. And like, that's how because it's like, I don't just want to get on social media to just talk for the sake of talking with no purpose. For me, if I'm going to make a piece of content, I want to make it relatable and valuable for the viewer because that's what's going to get more likes, shares, saves, etc. So I try to tell stories in my content that will relate to my audience. And like, I really want you to think outside the box as well, because Courtney, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a story that you struggled with in your life. Like an example is like, I just recorded a video And it starts out with one of my clients showed up to a coaching call that spent $400 a month on ads. He made back $2,400, but he was about to shut the ad down because he didn't know how to do it properly. And then I explained, how to run an ad effectively. So it doesn't necessarily even have to be a story about you. It can be a story about your son. It can be a story about your daughter. It can be a story about something that a friend went through in your life, but telling a story that you know is going to connect with your audience. So how do you get better at talking content? Number one is I only talk about shit that I'm really passionate about in the moment. Like if something like is really on my brain, I'll communicate it. And then I think about like a strong opening line or an opening statement. So whatever concept I'm trying to talk about, whether that's, getting fit using ChatGPT or like you don't love yourself enough, I'll try to think about a strong opening line that has to relate to that. Like an example, one of my videos I opened up with, this video got me 10,000 followers. It was like, I grew up without a father. I didn't meet him until I was 26 years old. That's how I open the video. Then I tell a story and then I bring it back to the audience. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I actually liked that video, so that makes a lot of sense.
Cool.
Yeah. And it makes it seem like you're not just like fucking preaching to them, like you're actually relating to them as well.
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Because again, you get into the preacher mode. That's like every other fucking influencer on social media.
Yeah.
Fix your mindset. Do this. Do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that. I want to like tell my own personal story and share my own lessons that I've been through so that I can help other people. Another one of my videos, I refunded a client $10,000 who didn't do fuck all in my program. And then I was talking about, the experience that I went through, and then I gave the lesson to the audience.
Yeah, okay. That makes
Cool.
sense. That's really helpful. My other question, I think it's my last one, is so also I noticed you've been making more obviously family content, right? That's a goal for me as well. I want to get better at that because again, I'm thinking long term. I want me to be the brand and my family. I want us all to like do this together. So how do you really structure that? And then what is the long-term plan? Because again, that is my goal, is to like just be a full-time content creator, speaker, and like multiple streams of income.
Yeah. So the reason that I post family content is because Kirsten and I have like aspirations, and there's not a timeline on this, but like we want to start something together one day and have something be our own business. So we've got a TikTok called The Real Mark Family, and then we've got an Instagram called The Real Mark Family, and then we'll collab videos on our page and we'll tag The Real Mark Family. And I'm just keeping that end in mind. I'm like knowing that one day Kirsten and I are going to start something together. In terms of the content that we post on that, like for that specific page, there's two different like lanes of thought that I think about with content when it comes to that page, Courtney. One of them is like I do viral research and I figure out videos that have already popped off, and then Kirsten and I will recreate those in our own unique and charismatic way. So we just add our own spin to viral videos. And then the second is we're sharing real and authentic things that we're going through in our life right now that I know my audience will connect with. As an example, like dad holds baby for the first time.
Yep.
I know that my audience is going to connect with that. So
Yep.
that's a video we collab with the page, or like even our full labor story. Like that's just us like living our life. So two lanes of thought when it comes to family content. One is I find viral videos that have already performed well and I recreate them with my own spin. And then lane number two is like I'm just authentically sharing what me and my family are doing on a regular basis. And I'm still using storytelling frameworks in the content, and I'm still thinking about like what would be the best hook for this video, then what would go next and what would go next. But it's just an authentic version of what's actually going on in my life.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. How often should I be? Because that's the thing. I know I have to post fitness stuff. That's how I make a living.
Yeah.
But how often should I be doing like the family stuff?
I would say 30 to 50%, dude, because it's like you're working with a lot of women that are moms.
Yeah.
And so even though it's not quote unquote for your offer, there's definitely people in your audience that will relate to you. And like how many, like, I'm sure you listen to Podchats as well. Like when I came back on Podchats for the first time, how many people were like, congratulations on the baby. Congratulations on the baby. Congratulations on the baby. The only reason that, like, obviously they knew because I wasn't on Podchats, but like the real reason they knew is because they follow me on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like it creates a personal connection with people that are following you. So I would say 30 to 50% of the time.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, thank you. I'm excited.
Cool. I love it. I appreciate you. Anything else I can do for you?
No, I think one thing I did realize, it's not really a question, but now that I do mostly PIFs. I prefer that. You fucking taught me that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I do stay longer on the sales call because I'm like, I want the PIF.
Yeah.
And I have to redo my whole onboarding. So that's my main focus right now. So they're expecting way too much from me, honestly, and I'm not fucking hand holding them. So I guess like right now, I'm really just trying to redo my whole onboarding, have clear expectations, boundaries, because yeah, I don't know. I think maybe because I give them so much attention on this fucking sales call that they think like it's way more than it is. But I have had some complaints and I'm like, oh shit.
I think that complaints are, oh yeah, I agree. Complaints are just a lack of communication, like communication of expectations on the sales call but most importantly, on the kickoff call. Do you do a kickoff call
I
with your
do an
clients?
onboarding call. So I think that's the issue. Like I sell them, it's kind of fucked up. I'm like, do I sell them $1 in a fucking dream on this sales call? And then we get to the onboarding call and I think I shouldn't be I should just be completely transparent. I don't think I lie. I don't lie, but like I just give them more attention on the call. And then on the onboarding, it's very short, but I think then it just needs to be expectations instead of like I'm hand holding them, honestly, I think on the
Yeah.
onboarding call.
And onboarding calls they always start with expectations. So like, and this is the way that I would frame it. It'd be like, so Courtney, my job over the course of the next 16 weeks is to help you lose 20 pounds, and I'm going to do everything in my power to do so. Now, here's exactly what you can expect from me as a coach. Once a week, I'm going to be sending you a weekly check-in form. It's your responsibility to get that back to me within 24 hours. If you miss your check-in after 24 hours, you're late. I will remind you, but do me a favor and check in with me when I send you the check-in form. Can you commit to that? Okay, perfect. Any message you ever send me, Courtney, I will respond within 24 hours, Monday to Friday. Obviously, I have a family as well, but I will always get back to you within 24 hours. If for whatever reason I don't get back to you within 24 hours, you have full permission to double message me, but just assume when you send me a message, you will receive a reply same day. Cool. Any questions? Perfect. I also do take the weekends off because I do have a son, I do have a daughter, etc. And so on the weekends, I will be doing family time. If it's an absolute emergency and you need me for something, you can shoot me a message, but most often you won't be hearing from me until Monday morning. Cool. Any questions? Fantastic. And then last thing, the group coaching calls, they're once a week. So if you want a little bit more access to me and you want to be able to communicate with me, I do host a group coaching call once a week. It's Tuesday at 6 p.m. PST. So you can always come and ask me any questions that you like, and I'm always available for you. Perfect. Any questions? So
That's
it's
awesome.
super clear, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I need. So that's very helpful. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Kelvin, what's up, big dog? New daddy
Hold on,
Kelvin.
B. That's right. I was a week late. You were a week early. Your little girl arrived before my son. I was kind of funny.
That's right.
That's definitely my biggest win is being a dad. Second one, I just figured out I set up a Notion workflow for my content, which is being super helpful for me because I didn't realize how disorganized I was, and that was fucking up a lot of shit.
Love it.
So my question for you, something I've realized, and I don't know why it took me this long, that's really holding me back, is I don't post close to enough social proof on my grid.
Yep.
And I realize it's because I'm constantly overthinking it. I come up with this plan of when I want to do certain posts, and then I rethink it, and I end up not doing it. So I'm hoping you can help me just like tell me based on certain types of posts. So like a carousel transformation, personal transformation, client testimonial, transformation reel, what days to post those on. Like, yeah, just give me a structure that I can follow. Because if I give myself one again, I'm just gonna fall. It keeps falling apart.
How many days a week are you posting, big dog?
Every day.
Every day. How many times per day are you posting? Just so I know. I just want to know what your plan is right now.
2 to 4.
2 to 4. Okay, so it's 2 to 4. Okay, so if you're posting 2 to 4 posts a day, it's like every second day needs to be a social proof post. So like Monday, your best client transformation or your client transformation, and it's a carousel post. Or you could even do Monday, like, clients of the week. These are my 3 clients of the week. They've been crushing it. Bam, 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 bam. Wednesday, you do a value-based reel where you're talking about a client transformation. So Wednesday is you're like, this is exactly why you need to calculate your macros for fat loss. And I know it sounds boring, but look at my client here. This is my client, Sarah, who started with me at, 242 pounds. She was struggling. She had no idea what to eat. This is my client, Sarah, who's down 40 pounds. And all we did was teach her how to track her macros effectively and gave her meals like this. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to blah, 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 blah. And then Friday, you could do a testimonial video from your client. And you could literally be like, I'm super excited. My client just sent me this video. Check this out. And then it's just a testimonial video of a client playing. Or Friday, you could just do like another carousel or another before and after. I think you're overthinking it though. That's what I'll say. Is like I'll just
that's my problem.
The simplest framework. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, post social proof. Monday, Wednesday, Friday on your feed. Done.
And then I can sprinkle in, I can sprinkle in other social proof everywhere else.
Yeah, 100%. And like, dude, I just try to do it as organically as possible too. Like I was on a coaching call with my client at Canny yesterday. He was at $35,000 for the month. I'm like, bam, right? So I try to do it as organically as I possibly can too. I also try to do it in my value content. So you can sprinkle it in with your value content. This is a value content. And then I just put social proof at the end of my value content. So it's like, you just need to add it into everything that you possibly can. Like that's my advice to you is like as much as you possibly can, add it in. In my opinion, you can never do too much social proof. There's only not enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not enough. So when I'm kind of doing my scripting and everything, should I, forefront of my mind, be thinking, how can I put social proof in this?
I'll tell you how you can put social proof in every piece of content is like, give me a video that you did recently.
I just did one about how you need to work each muscle group more. If you're over 30, you got to work each muscle group at least twice per week if you want to build muscle, like bro split sucks.
Yeah. So bro split sucks. If you're over 30, you need to work at each muscle group at least twice a week. This is what my client Sam did. He's down 25 pounds, and I'm going to teach you exactly what to do. So you could do that with everything.
Yeah.
If you want to curb your late night sugar cravings, and I'm going to give you a delicious protein cup mug recipe. I actually put this in my client Sarah's meal plan, and she looks like this. Bam, into the video. You can do it with every video. Do you need to do it with every video? No, but it's really, really, really easy to insert in every single video.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. That's perfect. That is exactly what I needed. Second question. This might be scarcity mindset, but I just want your opinion because I feel like my lack of social proof means I also have a lack of just like authoritative level with my following. Should I be
Disagree.
offering,
Disagree.
should I be pushing 16 weeks down from 24 right now? Because I feel
No.
like it's harder for, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like it has the only reason people aren't pulling the trigger on sales calls is because they just haven't seen enough clients you're working with. That's it. But as soon as you start posting more clients that you're working with, immediately cause more of a trust factor. But your audience still views you as an authority. Otherwise, they wouldn't have followed you. The reason they follow you is because they're like, oh yeah, this dude knows what he's talking about. So like just by them following you automatically means that they view you as an authority. But just because they view you as an authority doesn't mean they trust you enough to transact with you and do business with you. Like I'm sure that you guys know of other business coaches in this. If you know of another business coach in the space, just say yes or just raise your hand. I'm sure you guys know of another business coach in the space, right? But why did you guys transact with me? It's likely you saw a bunch of clients that were in my program and you're like, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing over there, but sign me up for that. Or even if you didn't see a bunch of clients in my program, my content was so fucking valuable that I've already gotten value from this dude's shit and I haven't even paid him. So like, I wonder what the paid stuff's like, So yeah, my argument to that is like, definitely you don't have a lack of authority with your audience. It's just, if you post more social proof, they're more likely to trust you and buy from you. That's literally it.
Okay. Cool. That's it. Appreciate it.
That is all, brother. Anything else I can do for you, Kelvin? New dad, Kelvin?
No, I think I'm good.
What are you at for the month, bro? What are you at for the month?
Yeah, I feel like that's been a big bottleneck for me. So I'm gonna fix that shit right away.
What are you at for the month, income wise?
Do I have to answer that?
Yes, you do.
$350.
$350. All right. So we got to solve that fucking problem. I'm assuming obviously your work schedule is a little bit off because of all the baby stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And I do have some reoccurrings coming in, but I think it's only gonna amount to about $1,250 by the end of the month.
So we got to solve that problem. What's your game plan for the end of the month? What are we doing?
Like for income?
For like, what's the game plan? Obviously we're at $350. I can't let you finish at that. So I need to help you solve this problem. What's the game plan?
5K.
5K. Okay. What are we doing right now? Like, what are the daily actions that you're doing that you're like actively working on?
Sending new DMs, just trying to book calls, posting content, putting more intention into writing my content now that I got that workflow down, and then just keeping up with my clients. That's kind of, yeah.
How many calls are we booking per day right now?
Right now, none. I've had one call this month and you didn't even show up.
Okay. So how much time are we spending in the DMs with potential clients?
A lot, hours. Most of the day, back and forth, but it's not so much people responding to me. I'm trying to reach out to more because people are being unresponsive.
Do you have any follower campaigns going right now or no? Any boosted posts?
I have one. I had it on a timer, it just ended, so I just restarted it, and that was doing well for me. It was like 39 cents per click or something.
Is it 39 cents per follower or 39 cents per click?
It said click. I don't know how to see per follower.
Are you doing it on the front end or the back end of Instagram?
Back end. It's through the ads manager.
Through the ads manager? Okay. If you do it on the front end, you'll be able to see cost per follow. You won't be able to see cost per follow on the front end. Do you have a 14-day challenge lined up?
No, I was going to at the beginning of September, and then Janelle suggested I didn't because I brought up the fact I was having the baby and all that stuff because we didn't know if that was gonna be manageable. She suggested I do a 4-day challenge right before Thanksgiving to lead into Black Friday.
When's Thanksgiving?
November 20th, like a month and 10 days.
We had Canadian Thanksgiving. So based on the fact that you need to make money right now, I want you to expedite that timeline and I want you to do a 14-day challenge before the end of the month. Like now. Like we're promoting marketing, start setting it up now. Because you're a new dad and I really give a fuck about your income and I want you to make as much money as possible before the end of the month. I don't want you to be stressing about money.
Okay, I'll do it. But historically, my 14-day challenges have been absolutely just like it's like pulling teeth trying to get people to not only post their like I can't get testimonials out of it, even though I get people results. My last one I did was in July. I had 40 people sign up, and only 8 of them actually did the challenge.
Okay. So that to me, those are solvable problems though. So the 40 people that ended up signing up, did we contact them? What was the process? So the 40 people that signed up, we got them to request to join the Facebook group?
Yeah, well, so I'm in Everfit, so I just have my community in there.
Okay. So did
So
every
I put them all in.
did every single one of them log into Everfit?
Majority of them did, maybe like 70%.
70% did. Okay, so the 70% that did, that's awesome. The 30% that didn't, let's kick them out of the group. And then the 70% that did we get them to introduce themselves in the community right away?
No, that was part of, the on I guess challenge onboarding, whatever you want to call it, but only a few of them did. And then I think about 10 of them did, 10 or 12 of them did, and then 8 of them actually did most of the challenge.
Okay. So like the primary thing that we need to focus on with challenges, you guys, and this is just basic challenge theory, is as soon as somebody joins your challenge, you need to get people to introduce themselves literally immediately. It's like a top priority, because if they don't introduce themselves right away and they don't engage with the group, they're significantly less likely to do the challenge and continue on with it. So if we got fucking, 30 people that were into the app, and we've got 23 of them that didn't introduce themselves, I'm reaching out personally on fucking Instagram. And I'm like, yo, Kelvin, just want to let you know, I just let you into the challenge. Do me a favor, brother. Can you go introduce yourself in the group right away and tell them what your number one goal is and why you're excited to be here? I'm personally reaching out. I'm getting them to engage, because the more people that you get to engage with the challenge, the more likely that that they are to continue on with the challenge. Also, challenge theory, you guys, that how you start the challenge determines how it finishes. So if you started out with 40 people, but only fucking 10 people introduce themselves, that's a significant drop off, which means that the rest of the challenge is going to run like that, because it's natural that people are just going to lose steam and lose momentum throughout the challenge. And so even if 10 of the people started it, it's probably six or five of the people that completed it. And now that means we only have 5 or 6 sales opportunities out of the challenge, instead of, if we get 40 people that sign up, we get 30 of them into the app, 26 of them introduce themselves, 20 of them complete it. Now we've got 20 sales opportunities instead of 6. Now we sell 5 clients instead of 1. You know what I mean? So with your challenge, bro, you just really need to make sure that it starts fucking hot. That's top priority. It's got to start hot.
Yeah. I mean, I know that, and I've tried it. It's just, I guess maybe it's my delivery.
You didn't do the personal reach outs on social media with the voice note though, did you?
Probably not, no.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I want to help you make money. So
Yeah.
anything, and I want you to also understand this, Kelvin, because you will make $5,000 by the end of the month. I'm fucking speaking it into you. Okay. It's going to happen. But the way that it happens is, like, anytime I do something that doesn't work, I learn from that past mistake and then I make the next one better. And so I don't want you to view 14-day challenges as a fucking flop that just don't work. How many of you guys have successfully ran 14-day challenges that have made money? Just say yes in the chat box. Say yes. Successfully ran 14-day challenge that made money. Say yes in the chat box. There's a fuckload of people that have done it, bro. IQ rush challenges. Relax, Quincy. Fucking relax, bro. IQ rush challenges. Very successful usually. So what I'm saying is, like, it's definitely possible. We just need to figure out what one or two. And, like, here's another thing that's super fucking annoying, Kelvin. Usually it's one or two things. One or two things. So I'm going to give you some homework. All right. Number 1, you're running a fucking challenge. Okay. Number 2, there's a bunch of people that have ran very successful challenges. Q Rush, he said, holler at me. Hop on a fucking call with Quincy. It's pronounced crush. I just like doing Q Rush. All right. I just like doing Q Rush. It's fucking funny. Hop on a call with Quincy. He said he successfully ran challenges. He can run you through it. There's a lot of people that have run successful challenges. So I want you to figure out what they're doing, and I want you to fucking crush it, because I know for a fact you can finish over 5K this month, and I'm not going to let you do anything less than that, because I want you to make money, because you're new, Dad.
Okay.
All right.
On it.
Anything else I can do you for, sir?
Nope. I'm good. That's it.
Okay, bro.
I'm gonna get to
Love you.
work.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank
Spend
you.
some money. Talk soon. Peace out. Katie Smith, what up?
Hey, Brian. I love that you call me Katie Smith every time. Anyways, okay, so my win, I guess, is that I had like a top month last month, 12.3K. So that was exciting.
Love that.
I had hoped to get 16K, but the teachers went on strike in Alberta, and I feel like my life is just upside down now, having 3 kids at home, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of just like fucked with my entire schedule.
Yep.
And now, like this month, now I'm just like freaking out a little bit. Like, to have such a good month and like have had such good months, and now October has just been kind of shit, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
I had like lots of people that were done their 16 weeks with me. Most of them did not renew. So it's just, that's where I'm at right now. But having said that, I am doing a 6-week challenge right now that's going really well. I have 4 calls booked out of 9 people that signed up. So that's pretty good. One of them signed up today, actually. So I have 3 calls left. And then, so my questions, I guess, I'm struggling to get clients on the weekly calls.
Yep.
So that's something that I just started in September, and I was super nervous to do them. I'm like putting so much work into making these like presentation topics, whatever, I feel like, and then like 2 people will show up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel very frustrated with that.
Yep.
I'm like at the point where I'm like, fuck it. Why am I even doing this? Like, I'm taking time away from my evening. I
Yep.
like to go to bed at like 8:30. And these things like run into that.
Yeah. So I've got a couple quick thoughts. I want to backtrack for one sec. You had a bunch of clients that came to the end of the 16 weeks and they didn't re-sign. Did we hit those clients up 4 weeks before their renewal date?
Yes.
Okay. And then
Everyone's like seeing really good results and they're like, no, I can continue on my own. And I'm like, that's great, but
Yeah.
you should not.
Yeah, so that's good. So let's backtrack even further. Week 4, week 8, are we doing any sort of renewal conversation at week 4, week 8?
No.
Okay. So like this is why I'm asking is because if you're already doing the base level recommendations, which is like, you're doing that week 12, like that would be the first place that we'd solve the problem. But you're already doing that. So let's go even back further in the process. Another place that we can go for resigns, Katie, is week 4 and week 8. Because as people are starting to get great results in the coaching program, they're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I absolutely love it. You can have a conversation that's like, hey, like this would be done over a Loom video with a check-in. And then you're just like, hey, I just want to let you know, like first things first, you're absolutely crushing it in the program. In the first 4 weeks, you're down 5 pounds, which is amazing. And I really do think that like you working with me for an entire year, like would make this a permanent lifestyle change. And I know this is something you've been working on for a very long time. So actually like to offer you an extension for the entire year. You've already invested XYZ with me. So if you wanted to go with me for the entire year, I'm willing to give you a 25% discount. If you're interested in hearing about what that looks like, just reply back with hell yes, and I can get you all the details.
Okay, I love that.
They reply back with hell yes, and then you renew them for a year at 6 to 8 weeks or 4 to 8 weeks. And now we're getting them for like, and the way that I would position it, Katie, is they've already invested in the 16 weeks. So just take a year paid in full, discount what they paid for the 16 weeks, and maybe you give them like a slight bonus for renewing early, and bam, now you're collecting a 3K instead of waiting until the end of the 16 weeks.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great idea.
So that's renewals and resigns, because
usually people see things like right away and they're like so stoked on it.
Yes. And that's when you get like, that's the ideal time to go for fitness renewals, is when they're super excited. Love the progress, love the program, feeling great, because that's when they'll be excited about the idea of continue. And like, it's also like, it's true. The reason it's true is because if somebody's been out of shape for 30 years, they're not just going to permanently change their lifestyle habits in 16 weeks. It's possible, but it's not likely. The more likely scenario is that they work with you for a year. You actually ingrain these habits, rituals, and lifestyles in them. They're significantly more likely to keep it off for the rest of their life, because they're not just doing a short-term fix. At that point, they will develop the habit, the mindset, the ritual, everything they need to continue it on for life. So you're saying that and you're selling it authentically.
Right.
So that's that. Client calls. The first thing that I kind of run through is like, is it at the ideal time for my avatar? So we'll just go through a bunch of like yes or no questions. Ideal time for avatar, yes or no?
Yes, I did a poll. You had told me to do a poll. So I did a poll and got everyone to put it. So then I chose that time.
Okay, that's perfect. Second thing is, are we reminding them of it in their check-ins?
Yes.
Okay. Third thing, do we get any commitment from them?
Yeah. So I'll like post and just say who's coming. Most people are like, no, I'll watch the replay. I'm like, no more replays then.
Okay. And then fourth thing is like, we have to think like, what's the purpose of hosting these coaching calls?
I usually have different topics. So I actually
No. I mean, what's the purpose for the client?
What's the purpose for the client?
Yeah. So like, what's the purpose of these coaching calls, or what's the purpose for the business?
Hopefully get value of different things. Like last week I hosted one for like going into the holidays, like how to stay on track during the holidays.
Yeah.
So, and then the previous week I had one of my friends who is a dietitian and like diabetes lady in town. She came on and did a whole thing on like PCOS, blood sugar, pre-diabetic, because a lot of women have that, and like thyroid disease and stuff. So she came on and talked. Only 3 people showed up for it, but like everyone's so excited about it all month long when I'm advertising that it's happening.
Yeah.
And when it actually comes to the time, they're just like, oh, I'll just watch the replay.
Right. So that's, I want to kind of backtrack for 1 second. If they're actually watching the replay and they're actually getting the value, then the purpose of what you're doing is being fulfilled.
Okay, that's a good way to look at it.
So even if you only get 3 people show up, so like I want to answer the question directly, and like obviously I want to help you get more people to show up for the calls. But even if people aren't showing up for the calls, but they're watching the replay, the purpose of the training is still being fulfilled. And the purpose of the training, the reason you guys would host group trainings, is ideally to increase your retention. And so if somebody's consuming more value from you and they're getting more value from you, they're significantly more likely to re-sign at the end of the program. Now, how do we get more clients to want to show up? There's a couple things we could do. The first thing we could do is we could build an incentive. And so for the next 30 days, you're going to do the show up incentive. And so the show up incentive is very simple. Anybody that shows up to a coaching call is automatically entered to win a $250 Lululemon gift card or Amazon gift card or whatever your avatar would find valuable. I'm not a woman that's a mom, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But whatever your avatar would find valuable. So you could incentivize them. The second thing you want to do, Katie, is you want to create FOMO. And so the way that you create FOMO is anytime you're hosting these coaching calls, you're posting a screenshot of the coaching call in the group. Do you have a group chat with your clients, or is it just a Facebook group?
Just a Facebook group.
Okay. So you're posting a photo and you're posting in the Facebook group and you're tagging everyone. You're like, group call happening now. Super excited for the ladies that showed up and excited to get you guys a replay. But you guys got to come to these live. And then the ladies that are on the group, I want you to get them to post their number one takeaway from the group call in the Facebook group immediately after the call. Start creating FOMO, right? We need to start creating FOMO. So we can create FOMO on your social media as well. You can post videos on your social media going live. And like, it's just like group coaching call for VIP ladies only. And you could also just like DM me tone if you want to get in the group, or DM me whatever if you want to get in the group. So just create FOMO, fear of missing out. So I would say incentivizing and creating FOMO would be the two ways. And then the last thing that I would say that I think is productive and useful, Katie, is for the next 3 weeks, you've got probably 30 clients at this point, 20 clients.
Yeah, like 28.
28. So for the next 3 weeks, I know it's slightly annoying, but here's what I would do is I would fire off a voice, get them all on a list. They're are in your group. So just go through the group list, open up the messaging, fire off a voice note. Sarah, I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. We're hosting the group coaching call tonight at 5 p.m. PST. And today we're going to be talking about blah, 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 and I would love to see you there. So if you can make it, I'm going to drop the Zoom link in the chat. I would love to see you there. And I hope to see you at 5 p.m. Boom, boom,
Okay.
boom, 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 boom. Because as soon as we can get 5 to 6 to 7 people show up, it's going to become a community. We just need to get past that hump.
Right. Yes. I like that you like put a positive spin on it, that people are actually showing up because they will watch the replay and they will write what their takeaway was. So that is good.
And that's fulfilling the purpose of what we're hosting the training for.
Right. Just feels lonely in there.
I know. I hear you. But I hear you. But it will build, Katie. It will build.
Yeah.
It will build. And just a friendly kind of like, we just started this in September. Kirsten Mark, my wife, that you guys all know, I don't know why I named her personally first, and that's besides the point. When she first started doing live streams, Katie, for like her live workouts, she would get like 1 to 3 people show up, and it was like her mom. But because she did them every week, after 6 months, it was 15 to 30 people show up. Then after 6 months, it was 30 to 50 people. And then after 6 months, and then the pandemic hit. And during the pandemic hit, she was getting like 500 to 700 people on every single live stream. So if you just keep showing up and you keep providing value, it will grow.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that. I'm also wondering about reigniting old conversations in DMs. There's a few ladies that I like went back and I was like, oh shit, like I didn't message them back. And now this is like a stale conversation.
Yep. You could just literally message them and be like, hey, Sarah, happy Friday. Just wanted to check in on you, see how you're doing, smiley face.
Okay, even though it was like they literally last sent me a message telling me a bunch of information about themselves and I just ghosted them.
Yeah, if it's that, you could literally just send a message and you can be like, hey, Sarah, I just wanted to personally apologize. This message got buried in my inbox and I'm not sure why, but I just wanted to blah, 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 and they just relate to everything that they just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Be like a voice note or something. Yeah. And then 2 more questions, actually. Advertising for the 14-day challenge. My 6-week challenge is over on October 26th. When do I start the 14-day challenge now before Black Friday?
Yeah. So like Black Friday, I would say like a week to 2 weeks, because you got to remember, feels like you're doing 2 marketing campaigns at once, but you're not actually, because you promote it for the 6-week challenge. Like,
yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm just wondering like when I should actually, like, do I wait like a week in between the challenges or do I just start it right away?
I would wait a week just to give yourself some mental sanity, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you have any like behavioral courses that you would recommend? I want to like know more about, I guess, like the human brain and thought patterns and why people start things and can't complete them, like all of that. It's kind of fascinating to me because I'm noticing like a lot of patterns. I kind of have like 3 clients, like one client, like one category is like exactly the same. The second one's exactly the same. Third one's exactly the same. And like, they all just like fit into 1, 2, or 3?
I don't know. That's a great question. Nobody's ever asked me that. So I would say first thing I would do is I would go to Clean Health Australia's website. I don't know if they've got into behavior modification yet, but they have a lot of different courses on there. And then, yeah, I don't know of anybody off the top of my head, so I can't give you a clearly defined answer. So Here's what I would do if I were you. Then this is what I do. If I'm like looking at information, is I'll just go to ChatGPT and I'll ask it to come up with 5 of the top behavior courses on the market right now, and then I'll just do my own research based on that.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
Appreciate you. Good luck with the little ones.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Mr. Abe, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm amazing. Tell me some wins.
Win is I signed a new client last week. It was a PIF, and that brings me to my question. So I do what I've done up until this point. I mean, I've done a few like monthly, but right now I'm only doing PIFs. And what I do is I sign them up on a PIF, and then come week 8 to 10, when they start seeing great results, I sign them on a 12-month renewal, and that has worked well, and that is what brought me like all these like 10K plus months.
Yes.
But my question to you, like, should I continue doing this, or do you recommend that I should build up a recurring base? I know that you guys are preaching like monthly expenses and then sell PIFs. I'm curious to hear your take on this.
Yeah, every piece of advice that I give is responsible advice, Abe. So what I mean by responsible advice is like it's responsible of me as a business coach to tell you to have your base monthly expenses higher than, or your recurring higher than your base monthly expenses, because then you don't start the month from zero. And I also think we have to have a conversation about risk tolerance, because some people are more risk tolerant than others. I personally do not like having my expenses higher than my recurring, because that means that like internally, I literally feel like I'm dying inside, and I feel like I'm fighting to survive. So that is like the ideology behind that. If you have a very high risk tolerance and you are completely okay with having your base monthly expenses under your recurring under your base monthly expenses, I respect that. My risk tolerance will not allow me to do that. But you have to understand that, like, if that is the case, then you are purely relying on people paying you in full. And if for whatever reason the sales pipeline goes dry, then your business is at zero. So you just have to understand the risk of doing all paid in fulls. Do I think it's a bad idea? No, it's been working for you clearly, but I do think it's the responsible move that as we start to increase the lead volume and get more sales calls, that we start building a recurring.
And would you do that? Would you then just pitch the monthly, or would like you would never pitch the PIF then in your, because I've watched Sales Mastery, and you still have the PIF in the pitch, right?
Yep. I like having in the pitch, even if I wanted to sell the monthly, because the PIF in the pitch will make the monthly seem like a no-brainer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Another option that you have, Abe, is you could do split PIFs.
Yeah, I do that quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Last one is, and this is a quick one. I had a call with one of my 14-day challenge participants. I think it was Tuesday. Got the wife objection, didn't overcome it, but I booked a follow-up call for today. He rescheduled this, or he asked me to reschedule it, which I think is a good sign, because typically when I get the wife objection and I reschedule for a follow-up, either it's, yeah, let's do it before the call, or they just ghost or they block me or something like that. But in this case, he asked to reschedule for Friday, and he's in the challenge and he's doing all his work. He's seeing my face every day in the group chat and all that. What would you do up until Friday? Would you still like do some form of nurture process, even though he's in the container in the 14-day challenge?
I would just make sure that you're over delivering to him for the next 48 hours. And then for the reschedule, I would ask that he bring the wife to the call.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, oh, by the way, I'm totally good to reschedule for Friday. By the way, you can absolutely bring your wifey to the call. That way you guys can both pepper me with questions and I can give you the answers that you're looking for. And, regardless of what decision you guys make, at least you'll be fully informed.
Yeah, I'll do that. And in terms of like over delivering, because I am messaging him like every day, like, hey, are you ready to hit that session? Blah, blah, blah. Is that like what?
Oh, yeah. Just
okay.
Showing them that you care. Yeah.
Okay. So not sending like free resources.
Nah, you don't need to. He's already in the challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. That's it.
Okay, Abe, I appreciate you. Thanks for being my client, bro. Hope you have a great day.
Thanks. You too, bro.
Okay, talk soon. Peace out. Monique, what's going on, girl? Tell me some wins.
Hi, Brian. So I finally booked a call today. I've had a dry spell for a while, so that felt good to book that.
Love that.
And then, my challenge is going well. So there's 2 very active people in my group, and they're posting multiple times a day. I want to know, so today's day 3 of the challenge. Do I pitch them tomorrow on day 4? And how do I go about pitching them? One of them I had on a call like 2 years ago. I couldn't close her, but I've been nurturing her for like 2 years. So how do I re-invite that idea?
Yeah, I would say like you're absolutely crushing in the challenge. I would love to set up a free 30-minute strategy session because you've been so active in the challenge. I've got some time tonight or tomorrow or tonight at 6 p.m. PST or 7 p.m. PST. What works better for you?
Okay, just direct like that.
Yep. Offer
Okay.
them a free strategy session because they've been so active in the challenge. You want to give them a game plan to help them achieve their goals.
Okay. Simple enough.
That's easy.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
We love that. And we're going to get 3 calls in a week now. Bam.
I know, right? I'm
Yeah, we love
excited.
it. Okay, appreciate you, Monique.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Mr. Hacktan, what's up, brother?
Everything is going great. My win is my AI appointment setter booked already 16 calls in the last 3 days. We already sold 1.3K reoccurring, and if it goes like this, we'll be over 30K recurring at the end of the month.
Boom. Come on.
Yeah, so that's the win. And my question for you is, so when you come to a certain level, there are 2 questions within that. One, how do you think about having conversations with people who always say they want to do this, they want to do that, but never do that? How do you keep them outside of your circle? And when you accept someone inside of circle as a friend, what do you look for in a good friend?
That's a good question, Hacktan. Are we talking friends or family? Because those are 2 different conversations.
Friends,
Friends, understood.
but like close friends.
Yeah, I have buckets for my friends. Okay, and what I mean by buckets for my friends is if I have there's people that I talk to that I'm friends with that we laugh and we joke about and we're like homies, but they're not in my circle. But there's still somebody that I enjoy spending time with. I just have to understand that when I'm with this friend, the purpose of, this relationship is just to be friends with this person and there's no expectations and I accept them for who they are and I know who they are and I'm not trying to change who they are because I just know them as a person and I fuck with them as on a core level. In order for somebody to, be somebody that I'm close with, they have to have honesty, integrity, and loyalty. Those are the 3 things that I really need in a person. If they can have honesty, integrity, and loyalty and still not be actively chasing their dreams, but they're just really good people and I'll be friends with them, if that makes sense. That's on the friend side. I'm just connected with you because I have a connection with you. For the people that I actually let in my circle, they have to be actively, obsessively chasing their goals because I don't ever want to have to explain myself to somebody when I'm actively, obsessively chasing my goals. I don't want to have to, come down and meet you at your level and make myself, dim my own light and, shrink myself to make you feel better. I'll just never do that. And so if somebody's going to be in my circle, they have to be actively, obsessively chasing their goals because that's what I'm doing. I only want to be around people that light that fire, not people that cause me to want to dim my fire. So I think just understanding the purpose of your relationships. Now, if somebody doesn't give me value, if somebody's honest, integral, and loyal, but I just don't get value from being around them, I don't laugh, I don't have a good time, I'm not joking around, I'm just not going to spend time with them. And I'm not going to dismiss them and text them and say hey, I'm no longer interested in being friends with you, but I'm just going to spend less time with them. And I also, bro, I've had people in my life that want to get really close to me and they'll invite me out and they'll be let's go out for drinks and let's go out for this and let's do it for this. I've also had people in my life that I've had to literally just text back and be hey man, I appreciate you always inviting me out for things. And I think you're a great person. I just don't have extra space for somebody in my life right now to be close with. I've got my wife, I've got my kids, I've got my small circle, and I'm just I'm extremely tapped for time and I just don't have space for another relationship right now. I've done that as well. So I think when you're getting, as you achieve higher and higher levels of success, you just have to be very selective with who you spend your time with. And the people that you're friends with now, bro, some of those people are going to be with you ride or die, and they're going to be with you for a long time, like Cole, but also some of my best friends, bro, from when I started my online coaching business, I don't even speak to them anymore. It's not like they're bad people. It's just I chose a growth path and they didn't. And so we stopped resonating. We stopped the things that I used to do when I was friends with them, I don't do anymore. And they're still doing it. I don't hate them for it. And they don't hate me. It's just we're on different paths.
Yeah, it makes sense. So question mark popped up in my mind now. So obsessed people work a lot. And so you work a lot. And another obsessed person will be also working a lot. So you probably don't have much time for socializing. And the chance that these free times are going to match so you can meet is going to be even lower. So it requires much more being intentional. So when you have that time gap, how do you intentionally spend it in the right way?
That's a great fucking question, bro. It's I have friends like that. Like Nick Comodina is a perfect example of that. I would define Nick Comodina as a very close friend of mine. However, Nick Comodina and I maybe talk once a week, maybe. But when we do talk, it's like, bam, it's instant connection. It's like we haven't missed a beat. We'll talk on FaceTime for 45 minutes. And then he's like, I want to come see you. I'm like, when you can, you can. Or he's like, when can I come see you? I'm like, I don't know. We just had a baby, maybe in January. But it's like, I would classify Nick Comodina as like one of my like best friends. You know, we don't talk all day, all the time, but like we are both equally as obsessed and we just have that much in common. And so like that's the thing, bro. Is like when you're building this thing, it's like when you have an obsessive drive, like I think that you have, and I know that I have, it's like the number one thing that I care about is taking care of my family and growing this thing to as big as it can possibly go. That's the only things I care about. And so I want people around me that have something in their life that they care that deeply about, you know? And otherwise I just want to spend my time doing what I'm the most happy with, which is this.
Yeah, it makes sense. My takeaway now, friendships in high level doesn't look like friendships in lower levels. In high level, you don't have to talk every day. But when you talk, you get a lot, and that's enough.
Yeah, I have another guy as an example, Keaton, the Muscle Hodgkins. He's the guy that invited me out to speak at Limitless, where I got to meet Gary Vaynerchuk and David Goggins and all this stuff. We don't talk all the time. We maybe talk once a month. But when we do talk, it's like we don't miss a fucking beat, you know? Like I want friends like that in my life.
Okay. It makes sense. Thanks for setting the standards.
You're welcome, bro. Thanks for being my client. Anything else I can do for you?
No, that's all. Everything's great.
Okay, bro. I hope you have a great day. It's good to see you. Peace out. Daniel, what's up, brother? Tell me some wins.
Yeah, all right, mate. Sold 2 paid in fulls last week, so that was a nice 5K in the pocket.
We love that.
I just checked right now, just hit 4,000 followers. So I started with 500 with you guys.
Hey, there we go, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. This is something I'm facing now because the time difference between Australia and Europe has gone even further. So it's like 10 hours apart. Now, because I'm trying to lock in and just get this shit done and take it to the next level, I've told myself I'm booking a call a day. And I'll be honest, the past 2 days, I haven't done that. So I find myself just staying in the DMs all day because I've only got from 5:30 a.m. to 11 before it's like 9 o'clock at night in Australia where I can really get DMs done. I'm finding that because I'm not booking a call, I'm just sitting in DMs trying to like reply, trying to get back and forth. And I'm running out of time during the day to actually focus on content and everything else. So part of my brain's like, you're not fucking stopping until you get a call booked. But then it's like, man, I'm like falling behind on content in that. And then I didn't get a call booked just because it just happens. They're not warm enough yet. So where do you freaking draw the line?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the first of all, I absolutely fuck with the mindset of like I'm literally not stopping until I get a call a day booked. Like I fuck with that mindset so hard. I have that mindset as well. Also, you just have to identify, bro, like the number one needle movers in your business. And so the number one needle movers in your business right now is like content creation, lead generation, and sales calls. So you absolutely must carve that time into your calendar, and you can't let your obsessiveness spill over into the times that's going to actually negatively impact the business. An example is like for me, bro, I absolutely know that content creation and creating high level content is an absolute non-negotiable for my business. And so I spend a lot of time on it every single week. I just filmed for 3 hours before I got on this coaching call. But I would never allow my content creation to spill over onto Podchats and then come and tell you guys, oh, sorry, guys, can't show up for the call today. I got to film, you know, I got to film. Film is important, but I can't let it impact the needle movers in my business. So for you, lead gen's important, but you can't let it affect the needle movers in your business. And so the needle movers in your business is content. We absolutely must prioritize that.
Okay, so that takes priority over because in my head, needle mover is getting calls.
Agreed.
So I'm like,
but how do you get calls? The way that you get calls is you create high level content that people are like, oh, this fucking dude understands me on a deep level. The way you get calls is you post social proof and you show all the clients that you're working with. The way you get calls is you demonstrate authority with your content. That's how you get calls. So like DMs are like a part of it, but if you're DMing people and they're not getting value from your content, they're not going to fucking respond to you. They're not going to book a call, you know?
All right. That's a good way to look at it. Okay, cool. I had it flipped the wrong way. In my head, I'm like, talk more, warm up, but just put more content, and then I wanted to talk as much in the DMs.
Exactly. Ding, ding.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Daniel, thanks for being my client, bro. Anything else I can do for you?
No, mate. That's it. Thank you.
Hey, bro. Make some money. Talk to you soon, bro. Peace out. Mr. Nick, what's going on, brother? I feel like it's been a couple weeks since I've talked to you.
It's been a month since you talked to me. It's been a crazy month. Usually that's just how my life goes. Every time I get some wins,
Aren't you in the MDM right now?
Me, no.
Didn't you upgrade to the MDM?
Me, no.
I thought you did.
Not yet. No. I was going to, and then this is the story. This is what we got.
Oh, we got a story.
Well, yeah, well, it's a story. So I ended up, I just want to share some wins. Is actually just being on this call, because what ended up happening was I ended up making $15,000 in a weekend and was getting ready to upgrade, and then literally 2 days later, my dad passed away unexpectedly, and
I apologize, bro.
I ended up having, well, it's a bigger story, and you don't even want to know. But he ended up passing away unexpectedly, and then my whole life kind of went from like me going to propelling to me going like trying to figure out what the hell's going on in like life and just figuring out the next thing.
Yeah.
And with that, I just decided, I just got to take a month off. I got to go ahead and just not necessarily get away from this, but just started to focus on families, just focus on things that, not to say that this stuff doesn't matter, but I am so glad that I had this, because I was able to have that money, and everything happens for a reason. I'm a believer of that, because I was able to pay for my dad's funeral, being able to do these different things and allow my family to grieve without having to wonder who's getting paid, what's going on. And so for me, I appreciate you for even teaching me how to do this stuff. So I really think that, and you built that container, because without you, I would have never been able to have that opportunity. So being that,
I love you, bro. I just want you to know that. I appreciate you. I love you.
I appreciate you, because I know we came from a lot of the same cloth, and with that, I'm trying to get back on the grind, right? I had to buy my dad's house, so basically, I ain't got no money, right? I ain't got no money. And not that I don't have any money, it's tied up in assets. I'm trying to just get back, and I'm at the point right now, how I get, is that I go scatterbrained, right? I go, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then fucking I need to do this. So I am just trying to figure out what is a good direction, so I don't feel too overwhelmed with life.
Yes.
As customers.
First things first, can we all give Nick some love for fucking taking care of his family the way that he just did? Literally emptied his bank account to fucking take care of his family. I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate that.
Universe and God will love on you for that, my man. And I appreciate you. All right. I appreciate you for showing up. Appreciate you for being who you are. We got you. All right. So we're going to start with the basic fundamentals. All right. Now, when I say the basic fundamentals, I mean that like anytime like life throws us like a major adversity, it's like the main thing is not the business. The main thing is the mind, So we got to get recentered on the mind, and we've got to get back into like our mental work, It's like the mental gym. It's like you skip the gym for a month, your body kind of looks not optimal. You skip the mindset work for the month, and all of a sudden life catches up with you, the anxiety, the overwhelm, the frustration. So like get back into the mental work, 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day of doing the mental work. If you need to, you can review the 10K Mastermind mindset modules just to get yourself back into the foundations. But that is where you start. That's priority number one, bro. Priority number two is schedule. So like I want you to get back into a schedule. It doesn't have to be complex, Nick. It can be very simple. Content creation, lead generation, serving your clients. I just want you to schedule out your week. I want you to schedule out when you're going to the gym, schedule out, when you're doing your coaching calls, schedule out when you're going to do your content, and make it like, don't make it a fucking jam-packed week to start. Like the first week back, bro, should just be like getting back into the routine. Third thing I'll say is you made $15,000 in a weekend, bro. So even though right now you spend all your money taking care of your family, the good news is that, you have the skill set, the mindset, the capability, the Instagram audience to generate it back extremely quickly. So let's focus on the fundamentals, and let's not worry about, how the month's going to pan out or blah, blah, blah. Because once you get back into doing the daily stuff, you're going to start making money pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, and thanks for all the love. That's actually what I'm writing down right here, is that whenever I started getting into, I was talking to Janelle, and she even mentioned, she was like, delivery. When it gets into something like this, whenever you have curveballs, and I always say that like my middle name is adversity. Like I've gone through shit tons of adversity, and it's led me to this to keep going. When it comes to delivery though, like obviously my clients, they know what's been going on. They can see, they know, is like, how do I feel that I'm like doing them a disservice while doing everything that I am dealing with currently? Because it's like, I feel like I just want to help, I want to help people. I want to do this work ethic. I have that work ethic, but like deep down inside, I'm like, whenever I'm doing the stuff that I need to do for like my dad's house and doing that stuff, I'm like, I could be coaching or I could be doing this stuff. Like
talk to your clients, bro. You just need to tell them. You just need to talk to your clients.
I feel like they know. I guess I have been talking.
Your mindset coaching lives, just be real. Like, hey guys, just wanted to give you guys an update. We're currently moving my dad's stuff out of his house or da-da-da-da-da. This has been obviously a challenging week, but like, my middle name is adversity. And I think all of us go through things in our life that hold us back from being able to do the things that we need to do to be successful. And I'm currently going through those things right now, but I'm not going to let that stop me from blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to do what I need to do. Dude, if you're just honest and transparent with your clients about what you're going through, like they're going to be super chill, you know? And like, I think that you need to be more chill on yourself because your clients understand what you're going through. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
And even if they don't understand, even if you get one person that's like, fuck you for not getting back to me faster, and you're like dealing with your dad, do you really think that that's an ideal client? Do you really think that's somebody that should be in your program?
No.
So it's like the clients that don't understand that probably aren't people that, you want to have in your program regardless. So like, bye-bye, Sarah, So like that's that. And the reason I say that is that's like worst case scenario. You get somebody that's, why didn't you reply back to me faster? Like,
I've had a few of those, and luckily I've been able to over the years alienate and not attract those people. Like, I want my money back, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. You just got your whole program, and you did 3 months. So like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Okay, so I appreciate that. Now, getting back into content. So I've been getting into scripting, getting back into like trying to get into mindset. And I started scrolling because again, I just been so over, I haven't really been, into the game. And I'm seeing like a new trend is like almost, and I hate to say this to, people that are on the podcast, but everybody's shit looks the same. Yep. What is going on with, and maybe that's why I get a 200 followers a day because my stuff looks a little bit different. I don't know. I'm not.
Here's what I'll say. Don't scroll on social media to see what everybody else is doing. Scroll on your social media to remember what you were doing.
Yeah. Because I went in and it was like, holy, like when I get back, like there's like, I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb because everybody's doing the same shit. Now, what are the trends right now? And why are people not being original is what I want to know. Who told somebody to copy everybody's shit? I've saw 7 or 10 of my hooks out there in the wild from other people, and it's funny, but I'm like,
I literally talked to Cole about this. I was like, I feel like I need to accept responsibility for this because I say steal like an artist, and I think people take it way too fucking literally. It's like when I steal content like an artist, I'll find a video that's popped off, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the subject matter, I'm gonna take the hook, and then I'm gonna make it my own version, But I think a lot of people are taking it verbatim. So what I'll say to you, Nick, is you're a great creator. Don't look at what other people are doing. Just focus on what you're doing,
Okay.
It's like, I don't want you like scrolling on social media is not creating content. So don't.
It was more for research.
I know, but you don't need to do research because you're fucking smart. So if you're gonna do research on your own page.
Damn, that is true.
Once you're back into flow, I have no problem with you doing that. But like right now, I don't want you to get distracted.
Okay, because I was like distracted. I was like, damn, is this where the content's going? Should I be doing this bullshit? And I was like, nah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm trying to get myself back in the grind 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. I'm just let you know that I'm here and, I'm trying to get back into these calls. So I appreciate you.
I'm sorry for busting your balls, by the way.
You should. I need it, though.
I genuinely thought you did join MDM. Like, I genuinely thought that. So I didn't mean to bust.
That was literally
I had no idea what was going on. So I just want to apologize for that because I'm not a fucking dickhead, okay?
I know. You're the man. I should have been there.
Okay. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good, bro. I'm here for you every single week, whatever you need, bro.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace out. Coach Andre, what's going on, big dog?
Hey man, how are you? All good?
Amazing,
Congratulations for your doctor, man.
Thank you, brother. Tell me some wins. What's going on?
So first win, 10K, first time 10K last month was good. I talked with you in the beginning of the month, and I told you that I decided that last month would be my first one, and it was.
Boom.
Really good, really good. Second win, 10 days until my first marathon, and today was the first day I really feeling like I'm fit for it. That's I'm not going to die, so it was good. And the last one, my second time here because my wife is with my mini terrorists over there, and she allowed me to be here because it's 9:30 p.m. and it's hard at this time.
Yeah, love it.
So what I came here last month, success came mostly from the 40-day challenge. So I closed 10 out of 18 calls.
Wow.
Really, my calls is like 30% right now. My ratio, so it's bad. And then I did the 10 out of 18 was really good. And that reinforced something that I've been thinking about my program. I love my delivery. My clients loves the delivery that I give, but I've struggled to bring that across during a sales call because I think it's talking too much when I try to explain that we have a nutritionist that is going to reviewing their daily meals, or we have a pelvic physiotherapist that is going to evaluate the ASTs and the pelvic recovery. So I think it's like a lot of things. And the challenge, the 40-day challenge, showed me that if I can show the value to people, is really a good thing for my business, because I closed 2 people that said no in the first call, and then I talked to them, okay, let's go to the 40-day challenge, and they closed after experience the delivery. So I think I cannot do like a 40-day challenge every month, because it was really hard for the work. But I'm trying to get another ways to try to show this delivery, or another strategy for me to show people what I can give you without like saying a big, like my script become like a 20-page script, because I'm trying to say everything that I can deliver to people.
Yeah.
So open my mind, and I'm asking you to open my mind and try to understand what I can do.
Yeah, so I think that this is, by the way, I apologize for not getting this up sooner. The VSL, just type VSL in the chat box. I don't forget. I will get this up for you guys. A video sales letter will do that, Coach Andre. So a video sales letter is essentially a video that you would send after you booked the call to get people warmed up to the idea of the call. And in that VSL, you could show clients that you've worked with. You could show your in-depth program. You could show exactly all the things that you offer. And that would be a very good way to do it before the call. That way, when they show up for the call, they're already pre-sold on exactly what you do and how you do it. And that longer explanation, they're just watching in a video on their own time. So that is how we would do it. That's the first thing. Second thing, bro, is if you're like, that will help. But I also think that this problem can be solved on sales calls, Andre, because when you're on sales calls, there's so many different things that I could talk about with the 10K Mastermind. But when I'm going to sell you into the 10K Mastermind, I'm only going to sell you on the things that I absolutely know that you need and the things that you've communicated to me. So if you tell me that, you know, you want to learn follower campaigns, you tell me that you need to work on your sales, and you tell me that like the main thing that you're looking for is like improving your sales and your follower campaigns, then as I'm going through my pitch, I'm not telling you all of the different things that you can get with the program. I'm not necessarily going to, you know, deep dive on content mastery. I'm deep dive on sales mastery, deep dive on the mindset work, deep dive on weekly coaching calls, deep dive on like delivery, deep dive on building a community, because that's not relevant to what you need. So even though we have it, it's not relevant to what you need. It's too much information. The information that I'm going to sell to you is the information that you specifically said that you need. So I'm going to sell that to you. And then when you're in the program, I'm going to give you all the other stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So on your sales calls, make sure that you customize your pitch to exactly what the prospect needs. That's the thing that I think will make the biggest difference. And then in terms of how do you get them, you know, more of an experience, create a video sales letter, and I will drop that training in the portal for you before the end of the week, and I'll tag you once I do.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. I'm sure I will do it. I thought about doing that before, but I really didn't. Just one more thing. 10K for me, for you to understand, 10K for me is something like 20K for you guys, because I'm selling in Portuguese numbers, and I'm really selling above the price that you are in Canada or in the United States. So I have a lot of clients right now. So in the beginning of the month, I thought, okay, I gained 10 new clients plus 2 outside of the 40-day challenge. And I really need to think again about my systems. And I call a nutritionist for joining me. Because I was doing like 4 hours per day of feedbacks of training and nutrition. So this time is going, there's a lot to do right now, because I'm passing my old clients for the nutritionist. And right now I thought, okay, let's take 2 weeks out. I will not accept anyone. I will not say that I'm saying that I can get new clients, because I really need for her to be like in a cruise speed, you understand what I'm saying? So this time is finishing, and I told in my social media that I was closing my spots, and right now I think I can open again. And I think I could do like a big thing for saying that I'm opening again. What do you think about that?
I agree. I think you should go on social media, and I think you should you can do like a video on your story, and the video on your story can basically be like, for the last 2 weeks, I've closed enrollment because we guarantee results inside of the coaching program. So everybody that we onboard, we take our time to make sure that they're getting an amazing experience, and we successfully onboarded clients that are getting amazing experiences, like this client, this client, this client, this client, and this client. And I'm now accepting clients, and we only have 3 spots open right now for, you know, the new enrollment. If you would like to get more information on how you can get results like this, or, you know, results like the clients that I'm about to show you, then just vote on the story, and then just show client, show client, show client, show client, and then applications now open. Vote here if you want in.
Okay, perfect. I will do it. Okay, thank you very much, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you, my man. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.
Thank you.
Dr. Amanda, what's going on?
Hey, Brian, how are you?
Amazing. Tell me some wins.
Some wins. I have been working so hard on my content the last like 2 months because organic content, nothing happens. I finally had a reel pop off last week and I'm
Yes.
like super stoked about it. Yeah.
Yes, we
So now I
love
just get
that.
to recreate it. Yeah.
Yes.
But I need some help with my DM. So just for some context, I'm at the same, like, it's not terrible. My monthly income is like 6K-ish. I've been there for the last like couple months though, and I'm struggling to grow it. So I did a 14-day challenge. It was the third time I've done the challenge, and I just get very little people to sign up for it, like 3 to 4 people. There is next to no engagement, and I send them personal messages. I send them group messages. I message them multiple times. Like I've done each time, all 3 times in the challenge. Like it just hasn't worked. Scholarships have worked in the past for me, and so I am planning on launching a scholarship. But I want to have people who I'm like having conversations with, so that when I launch the scholarship, I actually have people who are like listening to me. And I've spoken with Janelle about this, and she's like, when people are coming in from like a follower funnel, like they're so cold, just like message them every 30 days. So I've also spoken with Alex, I think his name is, and he's like, man, I just like ping them until they answer. But my percent, like my response rate is 3%.
3% to new followers.
3%. And I message every single one. And I'm getting like 10 to 20 followers a day.
3% is wild.
Is my response rate. Yeah.
What's the opening message?
I've tried a couple. So one that Janelle said was just like, just say hi. Like, don't try and pitch them anything. So it's just like, hey, I just want to reach out and say hello. Welcome you to like my corner of the internet. I'm so happy you're here. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything that I can help you with around like what I do.
Yeah.
Another one has been, I just want to reach out and say hello, welcome you here. Can I ask what brought you here? Just to try and like open up a conversation.
Yeah.
I've also offered a freebie, and sometimes they'll just say yes, or they just won't answer. I do have a better response rate with the lead magnet. Like it does get up around like 10%, but conversations don't happen. Like they say yes, get the freebie, and then there's no conversation.
Yeah. So the content that you're posting on your page, you're helping women 35 ditch aches and get strong. The followers that are coming in, are they your ideal client demographic?
Yeah, I would say like 90, like there's the odd bot, like they're not 100%, but I would say like 80 to 90% of them are. Like when I can go into their profile, my cost per follower is a little bit higher. It's like 90 cents.
Yeah.
But when I was at 30 cents, none of them were like my ideal client.
Yeah.
So I'm okay paying more to get the right people coming in.
Yeah, understood. Okay, so we have to solve the open rate problem. Like that's the problem that we have to solve. Hey, Amanda, thanks for the follow. Are you enjoying the training or nutrition content more? Have we tried that?
I did that one a while ago. I could probably do that again because I didn't send that as a voice note when I was doing that. Now I send them all as voice notes. So I could try that as a voice note.
I think voice note, so I'll kind of give you the full perspective. In my opinion, if you were to send a voice note, it's the first message is somebody coming in, it sub-communicates to the prospect that you need them more than they need you. I would almost argue that you're more likely to get a response by not sending a voice note. I think sending voice notes is good. I think it just has to be at the right time. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's like if you're sending a voice note to every single person, it's like in the prospect's mind, they're like, oh, this girl has an opportunity. She has the time to send a voice note to every single person that comes in. Right?
Okay.
So I would send it as a message. If I'm looking at your page, I'm like, there's no reason why your response rate isn't higher. Like the response rate, like from the content on your page, like if I look at the content on your page, I'm just gonna, do you mind if I give you a little content on it?
Yes, please do. I'll take anything.
I'll take anything. I want to grow. So let's see.
Well, I really like ice cream, so I have to be very intentional about how much I eat because I could so easily overeat it. That's the one thing that.
What is all that?
Chad, this is everything I need to take to help with my back and my knees, and it might even help with my belly push too.
Cutting out entire food groups, like it typically backfires. It leads to cravings.
With your content, one thing I want you to do, I don't want you to have a cover on your reel and a different cover like for this, because like this is the cover. Does that make sense? So like stop making covers for the reels, because if somebody's clicked different. I also want you to do, when you're doing that 3-second thing, Amanda, I want that 3-second thing to cover the caption, because it makes it easier on the eyes. If I'm watching this, it's hard on the eyes because there's 3 things that are happening. Thing number 1, there's a different cover. So that's 1. That's 2. Now there's 3 things I have to take a look at. Bam, bam, bam. It's hard on the eyes. So for that reason, right, if you look at my content, like if I have I try to make it so that this covers the first
$1,000 a month once, and then all of a sudden you're stuck between 3 to 7K, and
then it's back here.
Okay.
So make it easier on the eyes. Third thing, the connection content. Like, what's your story? Like, your story. Like, I'm trying to think of like what's going to cause women to connect with you.
Okay. What's my story? My
Yeah, what's your
story is that
story?
I was a chiropractor in the clinic and the healthcare system sucks and wasn't helping anybody. And so I left to help people get out of pain and
Mm.
get strong so they can be old like my grandparents.
Like that's the type of stuff I want to start seeing, and like I want you to start doing it. I want you to do a carousel about that, and like do like a carousel where people, they can swipe over and see your story, like some emotional stuff, because it's like the value is here, but I don't see a lot of like the connection. Even like if we do stuff like this looks like it's value, even though it's connection, because it has the same font and look as the other videos on your page. So if somebody were to scroll through your page, they might not see that this is a different piece of content. Whereas like if you go to my page and like the connection content is like visibly different than the value content, it just looks and feels different. So it's like
Okay.
I think that what I'm seeing from because if people start watching your content, they're more likely to open your DMs. If I'm seeing your content, it all kind of looks very similar. It's like
Yeah.
you've got a good like a similar brand color, but because of that, it doesn't feel diverse. It feels like every video that I'm about to watch is going to be the exact same video. So the
Okay.
connection pieces on your page, I want them to stand out and I want them to be visibly different. That would be the first thing. Second thing
Okay.
is I would take the covers off of your reels and I would just have the caption, the first 3 seconds covering the words on the screen, and then I would just communicate the words on the screen. Third is
Okay.
I think that this style has the highest potential to go viral, in my opinion. I really think it does. Uh,
Okay.
so I don't want you to stop doing this style because the fact that you're a doctor and you're communicating like this, I think this is the highest percentage chance of going viral. It's just about
Okay.
choosing subject matter. Like I really like these style of videos. And then with your DMs, the open rate, like the goal is to get that to 15 to 20%. And so don't do voice notes to start, just send messages. And
Okay.
I also think that like 90 cents a follower, obviously you're spending $20 a day, which is $600 a month. So you don't want to blow a bunch of money on that. But as soon as we start getting 10 to 15% open rates, we need to increase that so we can get enough volume so we can book more calls. Because
Okay.
the 10 to 20 followers a day, it's likely going to take you a week and a half to 2 weeks to get enough people in where we can actually be able to book a sales call. And that's getting all the timing right too. That's like making sure that they're online versus when you're online, that we're optimizing that, like we're getting back to them as fast as possible. So once we get the response rate up to 10 to 15%, we need to start getting more followers in so that we can, book a call in 3 days instead of a week and a half. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So just to like kind of summarize, send a written message initially,
Yes.
not a voice message. And in that written message, I can still essentially say the same thing, but finish it off with like, are you here for more nutrition or training content or whatever it is? I don't know if I'm just looking for permission now. Can my second message be a voice message?
So I would not do the voice message until you're in the conversation. Here's another thing I'll say. When something's really low, I'm willing to abandon ship on everything I'm doing. So like if we're at 3% open rate, we can throw everything that we're doing out the window. We can try a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
I would abandon the idea of voice notes altogether. And I'll tell you why. You've obviously been on a date before, right? You've been on a date
Yeah.
with a guy that liked you more than you liked him.
Yeah.
So like after that date, that guy texts you. What does that text look like?
Mm,
Boom.
yeah.
So glad we got to go on that date. It was such a great opportunity connecting with you. I can't wait to do it with you again. And by the way, I'm from Kentucky and I've got a dog named fucking Chihuahua Boy. I can't wait to see you again. And you're like, okay, great. And you're like, great to see you too. And then he's like, yeah, so when can
Yeah.
we go out again next? Like, what do you think is like the next time we'd be able to spend some time going up for some coffee together and getting to know each other? And you're just like, never. You just never respond.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
come across like that in the DMs. And if we're sending voice notes when we just meet somebody, it comes across like that. So we have to pull back from that energy and we have to the goal is to play ping pong in the DMs. Bam. Once they start
Yeah.
opening up, then you can send a voice note.
Okay. I'm not arguing. I just have a question.
Yeah.
What about like with bots and AI? Like, will they think that I'm a bot?
If they think you're
Because
a
I
bot,
feel like,
by the way, this is actually Amanda. But the amount of people that will think that will be like 1 in 100.
oh, so don't even worry. Okay.
Yeah, 1 in 100.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, cool. I will start sending written messages and then clean up my content with those 3 tips you gave me. Perfect. Thank you so much. I'll
Thanks,
report
Amanda.
back next week.
Okay, I appreciate you. Mr. Dylan, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the 10K.
Glad to be here, man, and nice to meet you too.
Yes, hell yeah, brother. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, pumped for it.
Good,
So I
bro.
started getting wins already just from putting up that initial story post.
Yep.
Booked a couple of calls. I've been struggling for years now. So I've been spinning my wheels for about probably 3 years, sitting on around the 13, 14K mark, Australian dollar.
Yep.
And yeah, I thought it's time to up my game. And I seen your YouTube content and it's crazy, man. Like I started getting better just from watching that. So yeah, like you were saying before, I thought if his content's is good, then his program must be awesome. So
Hell yeah, brother. I love it. I'm happy to have you here, my man. That's fucking great news.
no, thanks. Great to be here. Great to be here.
Perfect, brother. Well, how can I be of service to you, my man? What do you need from me today? I see
Not a
you're
whole
already
lot.
doing the AI content too. That's fucking funny as shit. I love that.
Which one? Sorry.
The AI content. I'm looking at your page right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, I need to up my content game bad because, like I said, I've been spinning my wheels for years. I've been probably living off referrals. My
Yeah.
Instagram, social media, it's been shit. So that's why I'm here to see you anyway.
Okay.
I do have a question for you. So I've got a few people who didn't actually go through with booking some calls.
Yep.
But I've got my form that generates I get their phone number and their details from that. I don't know what to say on a call back to them. If I'm going to give them a call, like follow up a week later, if they haven't booked in a Zoom call with me, what can I say on this call?
I would just literally give them a shout, and then when they pick up, they'd be like, "Hello, who's this?" And you'd be like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? This is Coach Dylan Mendison from Instagram. You filled up my form a couple days ago requesting some information about burning body fat. Is that correct?" They're like, "Oh, yeah, I remember doing that." You're like, "That's great. How's your day going?" "Oh, it's going great." Okay, perfect. I've only got a couple minutes here, so you mind if I just kind of like run you through a couple questions I had about your form? You mentioned to me that you've been wanting to lose 20 pounds. How long have you been trying to do that for? Okay, a couple months. All right, sweet. And like, what's your number one goal right now? Okay, perfect. Well, I'm looking at my calendar here, Dylan, and I've got some time. I can either do tonight or tomorrow. Would you prefer to do like an evening call to kind of go over everything so I can give you a custom game plan, or would you rather do tomorrow? What works better for you? Tomorrow? Okay, great. I can do 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. What works best for you? 7 p.m. Okay. So what I'll do, Dylan, is I'll get you booked in. I've got your email details, so I'll just send you a calendar invite, and then I'll drop the Zoom link for you for the coaching call tomorrow. And I'll send the Zoom link over here, and you can join it tomorrow at 6 p.m. Cool? All right, bro. Looking forward to connecting with you tomorrow. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Cool. Sounds pretty easy. So just go from that, make that call, and then book the Zoom consultation.
Yeah. I will say another thing, bro, is like I want you to like the main thing that I want you to double down on is content mastery. Like go into content mastery and start going hard.
Yeah, I'm in it. I started getting into it yesterday, and already I'm getting value from that because I don't know what to post, but just printed out whatever I had to fill out for my ideal client.
Yeah.
I wrote down everything, and it just answering every one of them questions was a whole nother reel I could do in itself.
Yep. Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was paid already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. Perfect.
Cool.
Anything else you need from me, bro?
No, that's it for now, man.
Okay. Anytime, by the way, we do these once a week. So like anything you're like working on every week, you come once a week, you have a question for me, I'm more than happy to spend as much time as you need.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, heaps, Brian. Much
Hey, bro.
appreciated.
Appreciate you. Thanks for trusting me with your business, bro. Looking forward to growing with you.
Looking forward to it.
Okay. Talk
Thanks.
soon, brother. Peace out. All right, guys. That's it. That's all. Thank you guys so much for being my clients. Juan Diaz, Hack 10, Nick, Dylan, new client here. We love it. Courtney Murphy, Carolina Torres, Justin. I see all of you guys in the background tuning in. Also, Stephanie, what's up? Stephanie Les Perance. Hello, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I literally have been drowning for months, and in this past week, I've booked like 8 sales calls, and I did a paid in full today and 2 monthlies yesterday. So
Let's
I'm really
go.
happy just getting the momentum back, and yeah,
You
I'm
just,
feeling
you just
good.
needed to come back to the best business coach ever. Stephanie was actually in my VIP coaching program for a long time. She was one of my top performing clients. I'm really glad to have you back, Steph.
Yeah, need to rebuild.
You need to rebuild. That's right. You're back in the ecosystem. We're going to take good care of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Tell Paul I say hi.
I will.
Okay. All right, guys. Hope you guys have the best day of your entire lives. Thanks for being my clients, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.